Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett, and today I am going to be doing a review and overview on YouTube TV. Basically, this is a dumpster fire as of 2017 going into 2018. Congratulations, there's the review. Now, as far as that goes, if you are into sports, this might be worthwhile, but if you're not, there really isn't much here for you. I highly recommend that you go to the link down below. I'll link down to this page so you can check it out. Figure out what channels are available within your area and basically see if you got something worthwhile. Sometimes you will luck out, sometimes not so much. But the big thing to note is even though that list might seem worthwhile, you may get screwed over for other reasons. I'll explain this in a few seconds. But if you're looking at, oh, well, it's worthwhile because I tend to just watch local stuff anyways, note that ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and a few others, I think CW also, is considered as over-the-air channels. And what I mean by this is you can literally you can buy a $20, $30 TV antenna, and this broadcasts or at least allows you to receive HD TV over the air for free. All you got to pay is for the antenna, the TV, and electricity. And congratulations, you got free TV. So with that one in mind, if that's all you're looking for, then I would just go and just, I got a review on a TV antenna. It's actually one of the better ones you can buy. And in that I talk about it and how easy it's set up and what it may be. And also I got a link down to within that video where to buy it and whatever. Feel free to check that out. And if you got any questions on that, then feel free to ask. But honestly, if you're looking for something like that or Fox News or some of these others, I honestly wouldn't buy this because like with Fox News, yes, that's not a over-the-air channel, but guess what? Go into another tab for YouTube and type in the search Fox News stream, and you'll find half a dozen Fox News stream videos. Even something like if you type in CNN stream or live stream, then a lot of those will be Fox News. I think the reason why that Fox News allows this, and yes, they're not actually, the channel is not owned by Fox News, but Fox News obviously allows it. I think the reason why is because it's great advertisement. It puts their brand out in front of people, and it's just great advertisement. How much money are they really losing? The Fox News is shown advertisements as if it was TV, and it's their advertisements, and it's hitting more people, and it's pushing more numbers up. So yes, it's just great advertisement no matter which way you want to take a look at it, and it's great for business. I think there's a reason why they're allowing it, and I think more and more channels are going to start allowing that. You know, they're not going to quote unquote okay it, but they're also not going to, you know, they're just going to turn a blind eye to that. So that's a big thing to note, is if you're looking for just basic channels or, you know, something like that, go see those places. See if it works. If it works, then I saved you $35 a month. And yes, this is $35 at this time, $35 a month, and plus taxes. So for me, it's $37.36 per month, and for 1 year, that's $448.32, or about $450 per year. What a bit of money. So as far as that, oh, and YouTube Red, no, that's not meaning that you actually get YouTube Red. That only means that you get to watch YouTube Red originals. So the crappy videos that they try to keep advertising to us on YouTube, that's all that means. Basically, you still get to see advertisements on YouTube. You can't support your favorite creators through that with YouTube. You only get to see the crappy originals. So yeah, and it's something that I really wish that they would have added into it, because it seemed like it would be worthwhile to maybe have this if it allowed you to combine the YouTube Red with this. So it's a big thing to note. My biggest gripe with this entire thing, and is what I was talking about earlier, is how their channel stuff is set up. This is their live tab, and I'm going to go through each one of these and explain whatever a little bit later. But basically, so here's the thing, is TV works in regions. Basically, when you're outside of a geo-region, then you go to another, and this helps out with local news, so you get the proper local news for your area, weather and whatever it may be, and that way you don't have one station covering the entire state if you're within the United States. So with that, this is kind of self-explanatory why it's worthwhile. The problem is if you live out in the country like myself. I live about 22 miles from a city, from the city that I'm, under. Well, the fact of the matter is, this means I live well outside the city limits. Plus, on top of that, the city within the address, it's in a different county than what I'm actually at. So the capital city of North Carolina is Raleigh. I should be getting Raleigh's TV stations. It gets higher quality and more channels with Raleigh's. Well, the fact of the matter is due to where I'm at, a few miles east, I would be in a different region altogether. Fine, whatever. Well, my IP address, it shows I'm right on the edge, and it tries to keep picking the one that's crappy. Well, here's where the problem comes in. Well, because it's picking that, the next region over doesn't cover the news in my area. It doesn't cover the weather in my area. When it comes to local news and stuff, it doesn't cover anything in my area. Like, it might, something happens and it might do it then. But if I'm looking for weather, traffic, whatever, it doesn't do that in the local news. So for the local channels, that actually does matter quite a bit, especially if you actually do use that. Plus, on top of that, I again get less channels than I should have. Well, I talked to the support team at YouTube's TV about this. They said it was on their end. This is a thing that happens when someone lives out in the country and on these lines. And the problem is sometimes it looks at the IP address, and if it can't figure out, then it takes a look at the city. And because the city is, again, in a different county, in a different region, well, therefore, it says I'm over there. And the problem is my billing address and the everything is basically saying where I'm at, I should be getting the Raleigh's stuff, the right stuff, but they're not looking at that at all. They're looking at the IP address. You can't figure out from there. It looks at the overall city of everything, which is BS into itself, again, for these type of scenarios. And the funny thing is my phone, when I try to use it, it uses the GPS to figure out where I'm at, and it shows where I'm in the right place and all the other stuff. Well, what was said is, because of that, if I do not view YouTube TV once every 3 months on my phone using the GPS to say where I'm at, then basically it won't allow me to record certain stuff on certain channels that aren't available in the other region. And what I found out is, not only that, if I want to view something on my desktop, my home desktop, then I actually have to turn on my VPN just to see the extra channels and just to see the proper local channels. What BS is all of that? Again, they could look at the billing. They can look at a few other things. And it's just pure crap. but yeah, it's like one thing after another with YouTube TV. It's an actual dumpster fire. So let's go through this dumpster fire. Again, if they actually add more channels and whatever, okay, I can deal with that, and you know, I'll jump through those hoops. But they have no channels. They treat people like crap. Person is literally saying, "I ain't doing nothing for you." What crap is that? So on here on the home page, basically we have the top picks for me and whatever. So one of the cool things is I can tell it to record whatever, and what happens is if I say add, then it starts recording for the DVR. And if I say do not show me this for a day, then it just doesn't show me that. And I can go to these and it shows me that. I'll get into those stuff later. Now, as far as the next, this shows stuff in the DVR and whatever it may be. Know that I had it record the Mr. Robots and it has different icons. The other is on demand and you know, it's cool, whatever. Going down a little bit further, one thing I will mention is they actually got a pretty good movie selection. So this is something to look at. But with that one in mind, we're not talking about stuff that's still in theaters. We're talking about stuff that's shown on TV. Again, it's a pretty good list. It's worthwhile to take a look at. So say for example, something like this, it tells you what channel it's going to play on and whatever it may be. And I don't think it shows when's the next time, but still. So if we go down a little bit further, it has the categories, family, news, whatever. And one thing that does suck about this is we cannot add extra categories or mess around. So say, for example, if I really don't care about family, like I don't have any kids, I don't have a spouse or any of that type of stuff. So I don't care about the family stuff. So I could get rid of that. Same thing with news, sports, whatever it may be. But I do care about certain things. So it'd be kind of nice to modify that, but unfortunately we can't. Then further we get down, YouTube Red Originals, again crap shows, but you know, it's up to you. Then the rest is food on YouTube TV, and then trending on YouTube. So as far as this goes, it'd be kind of cool to add stuff like technology on YouTube, whatever it may be. But still, and in fact, what they should have done is, since you gotta link it up to your account anyways, they should have had it where your subscriptions would have showed up in this area too. But you know, that would have been too much of a common sense thing. So who knows? Now, if we go to library, this is your DVR area, and the big thing to note with this is it shows the schedule recordings, what's recording now, so what's going on now, and then what's going to be recording in the future, new episodes and whatever it may be. Big thing to note is if it's recorded in the past and it sees it recorded in the past, it doesn't re-record it, so you have to worry about duplicates or anything like that. And it shows the new episodes here. Problem that I found when I was poking around with this is it doesn't show you if something is canceled. It doesn't show you anything like that. And given it's Google, you would think that will have something like that. Maybe that's something they can add later. It's not really a major thing because same thing with cable and DirecTV and whatnot. They don't have that, but it still would have been nice if they showed you if something was canceled or not and whatnot. So with that, that's a big thing to note into itself. Now, one thing I want to note is it will record whenever, like say for example right here, I told it to record Simpsons. It will record pretty much anything in the past and future. So you might notice that season 22, blah, blah, blah. And while this is season 8, obviously it's much older, but it's still planning on recording it at that given time. So it is important to note that it will just flat out record things, but it will keep things for 9 years and it's an unlimited amount of space. So I don't know how long they will keep up that for, but we will see. Because the big thing to note, and this is what worries me on it. It's not that, oh, they are showing commercials for, I don't know, Silicon Valley area or whatever it may be. No, they are recording your actual local stuff, and they are storing it on here. So your local stuff, your local video, and it's not only that, they are recording your actual local video whenever you start it. So it's not that, oh, someone in your area started a recording of Mr. Robot, and then it will just piggyback on that and duplicate that on yours. No, yours is actually an individual of that. So this is going to eat up space quickly. I don't know how they're going to survive. Maybe that's why it's $35 and it has almost no channels. But that's something that worries me right there as someone who's in technology. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. But again, you go live and you have this. You have the what's airing right now, what's going to be airing. If you hover, you can get some description or whatever. If you select the channel, then you get the guide, and this is a 24-hour. This I wish was right here. They could easily added the arrow thing right there, but they didn't. So you have to go to each and every channel to see its own individual 24-hour guide. It's a big thing to note. Obviously, things like on demand only, you only have to deal with what you got. So you got to play guessing games with that if this is your only access to those channels. Again, if you didn't know already, again, these are over the air. So check with your local area if you can actually get it, or if there will be any interference. Now, as far as that goes, let's jump on into the mobile application. So, as far as this goes, the mobile application is pretty straightforward. You got the 3 tabs like before and whatnot. And as far as that goes, the home tab is pretty much the same as the one on a website. But when we get into the library, things do change a little bit. It's a little bit more easier to deal with this than on the website, amazingly enough. So if I want to see shows, I can actually see that. If I want to see movies, then I can see that, and so on. So it's actually easier to deal with it on the actual mobile when it comes to the library, the DVR portion of this. Now, as far as that goes, if we go into the live, and again, things look a little bit different here, and this is where things get a little bit difficult. Again, there is no guide. There is no, or at least there's no easy guide or anything like that. But if we go to, say, for example, if I went to CBS, the tab on that, we have the guide there. But I have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, instead of simply going and simply seeing whatever. This is something that should be worked on, but obviously, there's not much I can do about that. If we go to search and search for something like, and this is the same as, I forgot to mention this on the web, but if we search something like Arrow or whatever, a TV show, then, you can find it. It's pretty straightforward right there, and it's a search. There's not much to it, but it's the same way on the website itself. There's no real difference there. So as far as that goes, is it worthwhile for $450 a year for me? Less for you probably, or more depending on your area. Again, $35 plus tax per month. No. Again, between the air stuff that you can get for free being basically it. Obviously, you get USA and a few other things that are probably not going to be over the air. Between that, almost all of this is sports, which I don't give two craps about. And that's about it. Well, basically, it's not worth it. If they added, hands down, if they added Discovery Channels, if they added PBS, if they added Smithsonian, and if they added the I forgot who owns Comedy Central, some company that starts with a V, but if they added their channels also, then hands down this would be worthwhile. Maybe some other things, like if you got kids and whatever, maybe Cartoon Network and some other stuff like that, if you're into that. But still, if they added more channels, it would definitely be worthwhile. And we're talking about a pretty good number, but without increasing the overall cost. But as it is, as it stands, I personally am not going to pay for this. I'm in the trial period. I'm about to say no, don't continue it afterwards. But as it is, that's that. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, you can share your access up to 5 other people, but they have to be in your family member group. And what this basically means is if you go to the Google Play Store and somewhere on there it's family member stuff, I might make a video on it. Basically, you can add people to a family member group, up to 5 other people. With that, you can share many paid applications on Google Play Store with those people, which is kind of cool. And it has a singular payment area, if depending on how things are. Well, the thing is this: the problem with the family thing is if you're already with one, and let's say that you moved in with some roommates and they're going to help you pay for this, and they want access to it, obviously, then basically you're screwing them over, or you're having to leave your family stuff, because the fact of the matter is you cannot be in 2 family groups at the same time. And that's kind of stupid into itself. Because of that, that's something that you might want to know. I don't think many people will run into that particular problem, but it is something to note, is that could potentially be a problem. But with that in mind, again, if you like this, leave a like, subscribe, share. So I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day.